So we're going to talk about the confusion of the heart and the head and knowing when and how this works.
When I say, oh, I have to speak from my heart now and allow my heart, I don't even know what that means. None of us know what that means.
So much games we play with ourselves. But my heart's been hurt before, and so I want to protect my heart. And how can I open my heart in a cruel world like there is?
It doesn't matter what comes out of my mouth, I trust it.
Yeah, it feels like that's more of the correct word to use. And
Instead of saying heart coherency, or I'm going to go with my heart, what you're going to actually say is, I'm going to go with my, let's talk about it.
so we're going to talk about the confusion of the heart and the head and knowing when and how this works and how to get out of our head and not be in the box and forcing ourselves to do things that we don't really want to do because we've already committed to it or we said we're going to do it. But yet our energy has shifted where we're not in that space anymore. It's like, well, gosh, I don't want to do this thing anymore. I don't want to be with this person. I don't want to do this get together that I was excited about several days ago that I maybe planned and put together or said I would attend. Like there's so many different areas in our life where this affects us. And how do we trust and go with the flow and not get in our headspace of feeling like, oh, well, no, I need, I committed. I don't want to, maybe it's the people pleaser. Oh, I said this, so I've got to do it. Or so much games we play with ourselves. So how do we do this? What does this look like?
Well, you're
Connecting
not
head
saying
and
the
heart.
thing. You're not saying the thing you always say.
Uh-oh, what's the thing?
How do I go from my head to my heart?
Yes. How do I go from my head to my heart and trust and go with flow and surrender? But I always pop into my head. And what does that even mean? And help, Rain, help.
Somebody the right to help. So it's the reason we're talking about this today is because every time I hear from anyone, and even from Mel, when she's like, "Oh, I'm so in my head, I wish I can go into my heart." This my whole body crunches in, and there's this thing inside that riles up, and I'm like, "Oh my God." And I start to receive so much information about does anyone on the planet actually understand what it means to go into their heart? Right? Because if we are using our brain to get into the heart, it doesn't make any sense. And even the heart energy doesn't make any sense. So when I was doing this years and years ago, I'd be like, oh, I'm too mental, which I am. I've come to terms with it. I use my mental. Me and Mel talk a lot about this. We're both like, oh, we've been in our heads for so long, right? We need to get out of our heads and out of our mental. Now, me personally, I don't ever use get into my heart. I don't use these words because my mental brain doesn't understand what that means. Okay. And even though I sat and I heard Joe Dispenza and read all these books about the heart energy and the heart coherency and the neurons in the heart, we have more neurons in the heart connecting and in the gut rather than in the mind, but we use our mind. The understanding of it logically, my mind gets it, but I don't get it. And the I that doesn't get it is the me that's trying to incorporate this magical heart coherency thing. So, what does it mean to go with your heart? Now, if I don't understand what it means to go with my heart, then every time I try to get out of my head to go into my heart, I don't know where I'm going. Okay. Because when we as a collective, as people who think, we think of heart, it means love. It immediately relates to love. And my heart means I have to love everyone and be kind to everyone and no boundaries and nothing. It's like heart is that. Heart is just God and this, right? That's what heart sounds like. But then a lot of times you're around people that you can't be like that with. You can't be floofy and fluffy and kind and everything, right? All the time. You need boundaries. You need to have your no's and your yeses. You need to remember your values. So going in your heart becomes a confusion, right? And so calling it heart damages. And just wait, because I'm getting this information again and again and again. So just wait till the end, because you're just go with the flow with me for just a second, okay? Because it's just shifting something here. So if I'm going to use my heart, I'm going to leave my mind to go to my heart. The only way I'm going to do that is when I tell my mind go to my heart. So I'm really still using my mind, okay? Because in my mind, the heart equals love, kindness, no boundaries, all this other stuff. Now, let's say I'm in the presence of people that need me to have my boundaries up, to have my no's and yeses very clear to myself, right? Then I assume that that's my logic and I'm not in my heart. So it gets very confusing. But the truth of the matter, we are not going into heart coherency, okay? If we can get rid of that word completely and debunk it completely, because what we need, the most important thing for all of us to evolve and change, is we need to understand what we are evolving and changing into. And if we can explain to the brain a little bit, the brain will start working with us instead of working against us. We want this to work with us. We want this to work with us. We want this to work with us, right? So our bodies are always working with us. Even if you have an ailment, it's trying to tell you emotionally you're thinking this, physically you're eating crap. This is what you're not doing physically. Like it's constantly showing you things. It is working with you, although it feels like it's working against you. Our minds work against us because we've taught it to talk meanly to ourselves and we've given it identities and definitions of things. So if this is the scenario, when I say, oh, I have to speak from my heart now and allow my heart, I don't even know what that means. None of us know what that means. Okay. It just means being the doormat for how we've understood love. Okay. So in the world we live in today, we don't really understand love. So if I'm not going to use the heart anymore, instead of saying heart coherency, or I'm going to go with my heart, what you're going to actually say is, I'm going to go with my essence. When just think, just with yourself now, even Mel, like think, okay, I'm going to leave the mind behind and go with my essence. What is the translation of essence in your mind? What does that look like for you, Mel? When you think I'm going to go with my essence?
I feel like my essence is just loving, playful, blissful, accepting, non-judgmental, doesn't take this life too seriously, just having fun and playing, just like innocent, like a little child, just innocent, playful, friendly with everyone. That feels like my just natural essence, just joyful, happy, playful, creative, love being outside, love being in nature, love connecting with people, nature, animals. It feels like my essence.
Okay. And if I say the heart, what does the heart mean to you? Just with the words, what shows up? Go to your heart, Mel.
Heart just feels love, feels like unconditional love. Just, yeah, loves everyone, accepts everyone, like assumes people are doing the best that they can. Maybe just, yeah, coming from a wounded space, but just unconditional love and acceptance. And that's
You have to think of both of them, my essence and my heart. Which one feels more dependable, less logical? Which one feels like
like more real
more real,
or
more tangible?
I feel like the essence.
Okay. So the essence feels more freer because the heart is wounded. You just said it. Like in the background, there was the wounded heart, right? So you're trying to do everything to stop it from being wounded.
Mm,
But the essence was all innocent, playful, doesn't take this life seriously, is taking it easy, doesn't take people seriously. So if somebody's stupid or rude, you're not going to take it seriously. It's not going to mean anything about you. You're just going to
yeah,
just skip away, right?
yeah,
But you're not going to be unconditional love to them or try to teach them how to be better people. You're just like, how irrelevant, right? So there's a thing with essence. Okay. Essence doesn't have a defined word to it because heart has been defined for all our lives. My heart got broken. I have a broken heart, right? I'm wounded. I can't love anymore. I have to open my heart to love. So heart is energy, it's exertion, it's efforting. Okay. That's just how we've been programmed to see it. Okay. It doesn't mean it's true. It just means now if I use those words, there's effort here. But when I say essence, right? When I think of my essence, I think playful, innocent, free, but always the word powerful comes in. When I think my essence means nothing anyone does can affect me because it's just so powerful, right? There's this power in it somehow. My essence is huge. That's how it feels for me. And everybody will have their own language. But how nice it would be if, like, you know what? I want to get out of my head and get into my essence. Even the minute I say it, I visualize this large being, of light that's playing here on the planet, right? That's like what you're saying, doesn't take anyone seriously for what they're doing. There's like a truth that comes in with it. And so that's why the word heart has caused me so much angst. And I know a lot of people, when they use it, it's a struggle and it's efforting, right? And it's confusing them. They just don't know what to do because their mental mind wants to get it. But since the mental mind immediately goes into spirituality, there's no definition for it. It's how you feel about your spirit. It's who you believe your essence is. It could be anything, but there's a freedom to it. There's a power to your essence, right? There's a disconnect from others in your essence. There's a disconnect from this planet in your essence. I don't take anything seriously is your essence, because our true essence doesn't take anything on this planet seriously. It is true. What you just described is true. The essence is very innocent, innocent as it just wants to play, right? It's our egoic mind that doesn't want to play. And it's the egoic mind that's saying, oh, go into your heart coherency. Then, oh, but I'm so wounded in it. How can I open my heart to love? How can I do all this to love anyone? Which reminds me, all of you need to go watch the episode of how to open your heart. Right? This will really explain the heart coherency a lot more. But yeah. What do you think, Mel? How does it feel to change the language from going from mind to heart? Going from, instead of going from mind to heart, to say, I'm going to go from my mind to my essence. Therefore, I'm going to allow something larger than me to speak through me, or something larger than me to take care of this situation, or the
Yeah.
thing that knows my past, present, and future to take over. Like, does it feel like that with when you say essence, or spirit, maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe spirit?
Yeah. For me, I like essence. I think it does just feel pure and innocent and just, yeah, it feels like that's more of the correct word to use. And also, I just realized, like, with the heart, I'm like, oh, but my heart's been hurt before. And so I want to protect my heart. And how can I open my heart in a cruel world? Like, there is so much energy around that where it feels like when I go to essence, there's nothing I have to defend, there's nothing I have to protect. It just is. So that's just super interesting. I've never thought about this before. Like, this is like, whoa, kind of little mind poof emoji explosion picture, everybody, my friends. The mind explosion emoji here happening. Okay, that's happening right now inside my head. It's a really cool perspective shift, and it really does. Yeah, so I encourage, if you watching right now, to just kind of play with that energy a little bit and see how that feels to you. The mind versus the heart versus your essence. You're talking about like your essence, it does just feel like free and pure, and it just is. There is no, it doesn't need any protection. It doesn't need anything. It is powerful. It is secure. It is all of it.
Secure, what a beautiful word. I just got goosebumps everywhere. That is the essence of the word. I'm secure. Yes. It doesn't matter what comes out of my mouth, I trust it. It doesn't matter how I act, I trust it because I'm secure in being in my essence and out of my head. Love that word. Gonna write it down.
Yeah.
Secure.
It's like this expansion above what was there that had limitations. These other ones, even both of them, which is crazy to think, even like the heart and being in your heart, you would think like, no, there's nothing above this. The heart, the love, like this is the thing to be in. And but it's like, okay, that does get so confused and convoluted, where this is just, it's pure. You can't touch it. There's no dirt on it.
Yeah, because also heart is part of the human body and the human body dies, right? And people get heart attacks. So it's still an organ that departs, that you leave behind, that you can actually get a heart transplant. Like it's not even yours. Uh,
Yeah.
it cannot be yours at some point, or it could be somebody else's if you know what I mean? So it doesn't feel dependable.
Yeah.
Like, because we're all looking for that, like, completely depend on something always. And
Yeah.
the essence feels dependable. I can depend on it because it's not going to die with this body. It's not going to get a heart attack. It's not going to get congested from, cholesterol. Like, there's so much in our minds that translates something. I think that's why my body always crunches and it's like, oh, it's a limitation. It's such a limitation.
Yeah.
Still, because it's still confined within something, the box of the body. So
Yeah. And like the
yeah.
essence feels like it's like this overall thing where part of me feels like, okay, if we're, it almost feels like, well, now I just choosing another battle. It's like, oh, now I have to like, oh, my mind has been doing all these naughty things. It's trying to be so like check, 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 check. And it's like, well, now I need to give that one a break and I need to go to my heart and then be in this space. And it's kind of like, well, now we're resisting this one. Can we just have them play nice together? Can we see the value in both? Can we see the gifts in both and realize, well, thank goodness for this thing. Yes, I feel like the mind definitely overpowers and it has shut out this other heart thing or whatever. But again, this wording's whatever. But like, it's just the essence feels like it's just your essence. It's just all of it. All of it plays nice together. It's just me with my mind, with my heart, with my everything. It's just my energy, which is all of it. It's all connected. It's all part of my energy. My mind, my heart, my everything is all a part of my energy, which is a part of my essence. I just want to trust that and be in my natural flow, my blissful state, that childlike innocent before all of the programming and the domestication that happened through parents, religion, schools, everything. All these little boxes we're in. How do I break free from that and just am free and open and light and can just fly? It's just me and my essence. Like that just it does feel freeing and like feels good.
Yes. So yay, debunked it finally. Okay. So I'm glad you're feeling this way. And guys, I keep telling Mel, like, we want to talk about I don't want to talk a lot of stuff that we talk about. I try my best. I'm like, no, let's do it live because I love seeing her face. Like, this is my perk out of this. I love seeing the shift in her energy. Like something clicks, and this is the fun of it. Like, if she knew before this, I wouldn't see the click and it's be like, oh, just another video. But but yes, okay. So I love that, Mel. So I think we're complete, or I'm complete. I don't know if there's more you'd like to add,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
no, this is perfect. So, yes, you guys, I trust you found value in this video. So make sure to give us a thumbs up to support us that way. Subscribe and comment below that you've subscribed, and we'll make sure to respond to every single comment. And we would love to hear what was your favorite like piece of this. Was there any ahas or breakthroughs that you've had? What was your biggest takeaway? We'd love to hear your comment on that as well. And we'll respond to each and every one of you and connect with you. We love connecting. And yeah, thanks for being a part of our journey. And then, oh yeah, make sure to check out in the description, we have our Buy Me a Coffee. So we have a link to that where we have a lot of really great products. So we want you guys to check that out. You can support us that way. If you got value in these episodes and you want to donate there, buy some great jewelry. We have some e-guides and ebooks to support you on your personal growth journey that you are on. That's why you're listening to this. And then we do have a giveaway, 11 essential
11
rain.
essential questions to self-discovery. These are really important questions that I truly believe, um, doing them at least once a month, going through them, and you're going to shift your identity so quickly once you go through them. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. And then make sure to click on this next video that we talked about in this one. So just click right there and that you can start watching that next video right now, which will help you in this one. So we'll see you on that next episode.